Have you ever felt like God was silent? I can remember when I was praying for healing, clarity, direction. It seemed like nothing was happening. I was not getting any answers. And what I realized is that God was actually preparing me and that He wasn't absent. One of the greatest lessons that I've learned on my healing journey was that whatever God creates, He forms first, then He fills. Think about it like this, where before you see the flowers bloom, the seed, you have to put the seed in the dirt, in the darkness, and then it has to grow roots. And that root has to push against all that soil, all that nutrients to really stretch and build that strong foundation. And then once the foundation is set, then you start to see the flourishing. And that's what I had to understand, because a lot of times when we ask God to heal, deep down we want Him to actually heal us in the way we want, meaning no chaos, no conflict, just peace and harmony. But in actuality, healing can sometimes feel like grief, because you have to give up mindset, you may have to give up people, you may have to give up environments, and none of those are comfortable. And when you are already in a state of stress, dysregulation, to have to go through that grieving process adds a little bit more stress. But it's that song I'm trying to think of the name, when it's like a diamond is built under pressure. So you have to go through that pressure, you have to go through that preparation stage, because that's when you flourish, that's when you get that stable foundation to be able to steward the blessing that God is about to release into your life. There are going to be times when you feel lonely, there are going to be times when you want to give up, but know that you have everything in you to make it through. You just have to lean on God, lean on the vision that He's giving you. Understand that there is an important purpose for your life, and there's an important assignment for you. In order for you to fulfill that calling, that assignment, He has to build that strong foundation. He has to let you know what still needs to heal, so you can strengthen that. And that was one of the hardest things that I had to learn and to understand. But once I understood this, it's opened my eyes to possibilities. It's opened my eyes to new ways of doing things, new ways of seeing things. And that is truly the blessing, because the blessing is in the journey. The blessing isn't necessarily the destination, because the destination will change. Once you reach one goal, you'll be ready for another. So the true blessing is in the journey. The true blessing is what you learn in the journey, what you keep in the journey, what you learn to release in the journey. And that's how you will continue to grow. That's how you will continue to live in your purpose, to live into your true calling. So take that healing and understand that even when you feel lonely, even when you feel discouraged, you are exactly where you need to be. This is where your breakthrough, this is where change happens. Just to lean on God, lean on to His words, and just take a moment and just say thank you for everything that you have, because you are exactly where you need to be. You got this.